Hello, I am TDF.
And I'm Limecat Master.
And this is Harry Potter, Sorcerer's or Philosopher's Stone, depending on how idiotic you are.
It's the Philosopher's Stone for us.
Yep. Whoa, you got the friggin' EU version?
Yes, I do.
Wow, dang. Is EA still making, like, freaking movie tie-ins and stuff, still publishing them?
I don't actually know, but I know they did it for the entire Harry Potter series, and I think they just got progressively worse as it went on.
I'm not sure about progressively worse. I mean, I only really played the second one. I played a bit of this one, some of the third one and fourth one, but this is I quite like this. This was a good game. Good game.
Yes, the PC ones at least were pretty good tie-ins, especially the second one. This one is alright.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually quite impressive how different they are across the consoles. I remember whenever I'd, like, install the games would always have, like, screenshots from the other versions of the game, and it always sort of mystified me.
Yeah.
But it's really odd that this version actually begins with, like, a sort of slideshow story explanation thing, considering that I would say this game's graphically, at least, was far superior to Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. They just decided to throw the entire exposition at you, and then the rest of the game's just, well, there you go, you're at Hogwarts.
Yeah, time to flipendo literally every pot in the castle. Have fun. You're a sorcerer now. This is what wizards do.
I like to imagine that's like what actually happened in Hogwarts. Like all the students just flipendoing the shit out of everything.
Yeah, it's like freaking J.K. Rowling is like, you know, writing about the highlights of Harry's year at Hogwarts. Every other like literal second was spent flipendoing the shit out of the environment.
Do you think that becomes a problem? Like they have to just clean up everything every day?
It's kind of just like, I mean, whenever I like read reviews of this game, I also often hear it compared to like Legend of Zelda, and really the pot destruction is probably the biggest connection.
Yeah, just inspecting every single last thing in the environment, hoping to get shit.
Hoping to get Bertie Bott's every flavor beans. Gotta get those beans. Freaking beans are like the drugs of the school.
It really is like. It doesn't really happen in this game, but in future ones, it becomes a whole like trading system around these beans. That's the new currency.
No, but Fred and George still do introduce beans in this game. Like
that is true. It's really the only thing that they're good for in this game, though.
No.
No.
Well, if you're sure, better be
Gryffindor.
You know, it's often said that, you know, students get into whatever house they choose in their minds. It doesn't really matter what the sorting hat says. It's your choice that matters. So, like, what if one asshole student was like, "Freaking, I want to be headmaster," or like, "I want to go home right now." They just vanished beneath the hat and return home. And they unleashed hell upon the school.
So all the students come out. Here's Harry. See, what I like about this game, we're gonna see in a second, they didn't really seem to want to afford to animate mouths.
Dang, look at those new age goggles that Dumbledore's wearing. Where's the gold
Dumbledore's
chains,
got
man?
sick style.
Though, I know that the reason that happens is because, like, I think this is based off of the Unreal Engine, but, it's like some of the graphics don't work on a lot of newer graphics cards, so, like, you end up with a bunch of, like, texture glitches and stuff, like his freaking rockin'-ass glasses over here.
Oh yeah, that's a minor one, but I had to re-record so many parts of this just because like a really noticeable graphic glitch came up.
Also, it seems like they couldn't really be bothered to animate mouths in this one. They just kind of communicate telepathically using a wizard power not really explained in the books.
That is true. See, here's me getting used to the controls because first of all, they start off with arrow key controls.
Ah, memories.
Yeah. So I kind of had to get used to that. Here's me playing around with the wand.
Wait, you do still... yeah, the wand is... Look at that camera. Jesus Christ, it's just swinging around.
I think by default, like, the mouse isn't even bound... Or the wand isn't even bound to the mouse. You have to, like, hold down a key and then use the arrow keys as well.
It really is like playing a pre-2000s FPS.
This game definitely shows its age.
Yeah.
Follow me, Harry.
Well, thank you. Okay. There's only really one way I can go. Literally every other door is locked.
Hello, Harry.
Ah, yes,
We
the
can show
local
you how to
dealers.
get around Hogwarts. As a first, you have a lot to learn.
I kind of wish they had another brother called Arnold who would stand in between them. Like people would laugh at them and they're just like, what are you guys completely fucking laughing at?
They go home. Mother, their children are making fun of us for our sweaters. We don't understand why.
Run to the bookcase and don't stop. You'll climb up.
Oh yeah, it's Legend of
Above
Zelda
the
controls
bookcase
basically.
is a Bertie box
Yeah.
every flavour bean. Collect all the beans you can find.
Freaking all
and
this
leave us in the
goddamn
next
product placement for Birdie Bots, like that dirty ass beans left everywhere on the ground. This is why no one actually eats them, they just trade them.
Basically. Also, you can see it right there, but if you jump into a surface that you can climb up, Harry just kind of freezes into the climbing position in air. And it's really great.
Well done. Now,
Oh, God.
let's try jumping.
Platforming, here we
Run to
go.
the ledge,
It's
then
all
use the
over,
jump button
kids.
to jump across.
All over.
They told me I wouldn't have to go through gymnastics anymore.
Meet us in the next room. We'll
This
take
is
the
this is
shortcut
wizard
and then-
gymnastics.
You know, look, Harry's got a hood, and I'm trying to remember if the hoods were actually part of the school attire in the movies as well, or if they're established in the books, but I don't think the wizards actually ever wear their hoods, like, in anything.
See, now here's me turning on auto jump, because Legend of Zelda controls makes this so much easier.
Really? I don't know, I always kind of found... Oh, Jesus Christ.
Did you see that? I took damage for that. You can't avoid that. Artificial difficulty.
Always good.
Basically.
Peeves doesn't
Peeves
like
Peeves is actually really interesting, because I saw the movies before I read the books a long time, and I also played this before I read the books, so Peeves, like, didn't make sense to me, because he never actually appears in the movie.
Yeah, they kind of just dropped him from the movies.
Which is kind of interesting, because this like kind of implies that this isn't necessarily like a movie adaptation, even though it was obviously made to tie in with the marketability of the movies. But it was also more just an
Yeah.
adaptation of the popularity of the
You're
series.
getting the hang of this. In Hogwarts, you'll find all sorts of wicked treats. To pick up a treat, just run over to it.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah, but we've already experienced this. We've already been picking up the beans by just walking into them. Why bother explaining this?
Remember that thing that you've been doing? Just keep doing it.
Come see us, and we'll show you the way to class.
Assholes. You need to complete a freaking physical examination by jumping across bookshelves before you're eligible to go to class here.
I can't believe it. Harry Potter, like the whole Hogwarts experience must be really rigorous for Harry Potter.
Knobbly knees. I like video gamey sound effects when you pick up collectibles.
Yeah, the sound that the beans make when you pick them up is really satisfying.
I just gotta get freaking that chocolate frog. Something I kind of wish was always real because they always looked tasty as hell.
Well, I mean, they do exist, but not real chocolate frogs.
Well, yeah, but I'm assuming if you were to take a real frog and dump it in chocolate, that it wouldn't be animated for very long.
It would probably be entertaining, though.
It's like when people say, oh, if you put a frog in hot water or whatever, or no, you put a frog in water and then you heat it up, it won't notice. Well, it's like you do the same thing but with
Thanks,
fondue.
Harry. We couldn't have done it without you.
Also, you have to specifically talk to Fred for this.
Experiments. Here's
Fred
a
is the
wizard card
dominant
for you.
brother.
You've earned it.
Why, thank you. Now we have a wizard card.
Climb through the secret exit above the bookcases to get
What
to
were
your
the
first
functions of the
palace.
wizard cards in this game? Were the same ones as in the second game?
I think it was just a collectible.
Oh.
It shows you, like, information about made-up wizard people.
I wonder who had fun writing those. Look, like Fred and George were like, look at this guy doing these goddamn fancy ass animations. Who do you think he is?
So yeah, this is me showing off the Dumbledore card here. And that's all they do. That's it.
That's pretty cute, I guess, for the lore. I wonder, it makes me wonder if it's actually canon, though. how much connection does this have to J.K. Rowling's established story?
Did J.K. Rowling sign off on these cards?
J.K. Rowling personally scripted this game. I'm actually not sure. I doubt it.
If it isn't the famous Harry Potter.
So here's Malfoy. My favorite thing about his model in this game is how gigantic his head is.
These are my fellow Slytherins, Crab and Goyle. Naturally, we Slytherins are going to win the House Cup. And the
See, he doesn't
Quidditch
even
Cup.
bother to try being your friend in
Better
this
stay out of our way,
adaptation.
Potter.
Like, he's just fucking straight off antagonizing.
Just comes right out and he's a dick.
We should have done the PS1 version of this game.
Hermione Granger. We met on the Hogwarts Express, remember?
No, actually, I don't remember that.
I can't talk to girls.
Follow me.
Harry hasn't really talked much yet.
Oh god, here we go. The first drawing challenge.
Here it all begins.
Now, the thing you don't understand is that usually when I play this, for some reason, like, it gets really weird. There have been times where I swear I draw it perfectly, and Quirrell's just like, nope.
Yeah, all of the drawing spells here is bullshit. No matter what you do, you can almost never get it right all the way to the end.
It's just, like, I think it's something to do with the way the game's resolution is like, or like, because I remember I actually tried even playing this on a touchscreen computer once, and it's just absolute shit.
I like the sound effect it makes when you go out of the lines, though. Just to make sure you know you fucked up.
Quite good,
Flipendo, the most dangerous spell. Why didn't we ever really see Flipendo in like, the, like, other media?
I don't know. I would have liked to see it in the movies.
As you can see on the left, every time you use Flipendo, a rabbit dies. Jesus Christ, it doesn't even look remotely like it, Lime.
I'm sorry. At least I got the 65%, right?
It's not 83%, that's goddamn bullshit, that's what it is.
Well done, Mr.
You know, Professor Quirrell thinks I did good. That's good enough for me.
Professor Quirrell's a hack.
And again, Mr. Potter.
He's just giving me a gold star to make me feel better.
Actually, I think the first time I played this, I was doing it with keyboard controls.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how painful this was for me. Just mashing downside, downside, down, left, down, right, down, right. God damn it, 89%.
I'm getting better.
Congratulations, you can draw a squiggle. Most classes condemn doodling. This class glorifies it.
15 points for Gryffindor. Go on, Mr.
Oh my god! Stop!
Yeah, it just keeps going. Luckily, if you fail one, you don't have to do the rest.
Okay, I can see your nervous hand, like, you're freaking just...
I want to get this perfect.
Nice.
Success! Nice,
Now try
70%.
drawing the Mona Lisa.
What on, Mr. Potter?
I like his approving nod he gives.
Points for Gryffindor.
Awful.
No, I did pretty good.
You did awful.
You may now enter the Flipendo.
Ah, yes. The
You
actual...
ready for the practice spell?
the actual game parts of this game.
Excitement awaits!